that's the huge issue here. If you're going to turn it over and have disciplinary, penalties and those type of silly things, you're not going to win many football games, and it's shown. It's shown. So San Diego's really got to make a solid change soon. All right. Okay, let's move on. Between Tebow and Sanchez, Mark Sanchez, and Tim Tebow and the whole controversy. Here we go again. The Jets are 2 games below 500. 30-9 loss today at the New Meadowlands. And I'm a little bit surprised at how Rex Ryan won't turn to Tebow. Yeah, I know he had the punt protecting mistake, but let's be honest. Tim Tebow's not a punt protector. He really isn't. And I'm going to be quite honest, I've been pretty objective in regards to this. I'm not a Tebow super diehard lover, and I'm not a Tebow hater, but yes, I know he lacks mechanics, and yes, he can't make all the throws, and yes, he can't score 35 a game, and yes, he doesn't do it conventionally, but he doesn't turn it over as much as Sanchez, and he seems to put up nice drives at the end of games that are pretty well constructed. So, to be honest, I think he should be put in the football game as the quarterback. Because your season is already 3-5. You've got a tough schedule up ahead. You have New England on Turkey Day. Thanksgiving, aka Turkey Day. You're really struggling right now. You can't put up anything offensively. Change the pace, Rex. The New York Not Yets, which I've called on this show, need to make a change, need to make an improvement, need to make an upgrade. Tim Tebow is it. Sadly for some people, I agree, Tim Tebow's not that big of an upgrade, but when you need to stick a guy in, and you have Greg McElroy or Tim Tebow, look, I think Greg McElroy is a great young guy, and he's going to be if he keeps working, he could be a nice backup in this league. I still think you got to stick in Tim Tebow here. You got to stick in Tim Tebow. And the defense was even bad for the New York Jets. I mean, let's face it. Reggie Bush is a pretty solid back. He's revived in this league. But Ryan Tannehill is no Matt Schaub here. He's no Tom Brady here. So, I mean, yes, Tannehill's great, but as a rookie. But that doesn't mean you gotta give up 30 points against the Miami Dolphins. Alright? I thought this is a Rex Ryan-led defense. Where is it? Where is it, Rex? I don't see it, Rex. When are you gonna make changes, Rex? I don't see any of that. It falls on the head coach's responsibility. And I know that's been the theme of this program. Oh, it's head coach, head coach, head coach, head coach. But at some point, you gotta, hey, I know it's kind of mean. Hey, it's the National Football League. Not for long. And Rex, you put yourself on the hot seat, man. You gotta make a change. You really gotta reveal within yourself and within your organization and really come up with a plan to put yourself in the right direction. It's awful there. I mean, come on. Does this team really believe they're a Super Bowl champion type team, Super Bowl contender? Because in the interviews and the offseason, usually with Rex, it's, oh, we're going to go to the Super Bowl. Oh, we're going to do this. Oh, we're going to do that. And the players follow in his footsteps. I didn't see that in the offseason. They don't have confidence. They really don't. They know even if their defense plays supremely well, their offense can't hold up. And in this league, if you can't have a solid offensive passing game, you're not going to win many football games. It shows. They have a below average offensive passing game. Mark Sanchez and Tim Tebow can't put up 30 points consistently. They can't put up even 2 touchdowns consistently, game in and game out. And these two guys have proven to not be the answer to winning Super Bowls. So I think it's time for the New York Jets to really understand that they're not going to make the playoffs this year and that they're not going to be successful unless they really get a true pocket passing quarterback with solid mechanics in free agency next year. They really have got some issues. And I know I've heard people say, like, Steve Young say that, Tim Tebow's got the foundation to be a solid NFL passer. That may be true, but still, he still has a lot of work to do. And I don't know how long the Jets are going to be able to wait here for Tebow to become a solid NFL quarterback. So I don't know what the Jets are doing, and if they're going to continue with Sanchez, fine, but you need to come up with some better game plan and with some better playing. I really don't like the way Sanchez has been performing lately, and I'm saying that considerably, and really in a nice fashion. His play has kind of been egregious. I know that's harsh, but it is what it is. So, those are things that they need to fix up on. Okay, those of you wondering, how can I get my voice on the show without being really, really productive? You can call at 949-456-2911. Or you can tweet me at SM_Cameron. Or you can comment on the green bubble on the right corner. You can type in your question or comment. Just keep it clean. That's all I'm asking. Keep it clean. That's all I'm going to say. And if you don't know what that means, well, just don't do what the last caller did. And I apologize. I sincerely apologize for that. That won't happen again. And I'll try not to make that happen. Sometimes it just happens on the air. I'll try everything I can to not make that happen again. I apologize. Okay. Here, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to get Jarvis Davis on the program. He's a guy who has sub-hosted for 1100 The Drive. I'll check in a minute, but he is he's a great guy, knows his sports. He works in the radio industry. I'm going to get him on the program. And he's fresh off of a wedding, everybody. Just got married. How great for him. So, fresh off of getting married, so, we'll get him on the program. Alright, so, we're going to take this quick little break, and when we come back, we will get Jarvis on the program. Alright, stay tuned. This is the Cameorn Sadeghi Show. Alright, we are supposed to get Jarvis on the program. I'm not sure why we aren't getting Jarvis at the moment. We'll make it happen, don't worry. As soon as oh, actually, he is here. Hello, is it Jarvis?
Yes, it's Jarvis speaking.
Alright, Jarvis, as I said, you are in the radio industry. You really know your sports. Here in this NFL crazy Week 8. One of the games that we were going to talk about with you, the New England Patriots and the St. Louis Rams across the pond in the UK. Very interesting. A lot of people said, oh, this is going to be a close game. Patriots are going to struggle. Rams have a solid defensive line. But Tom Brady didn't really get that rattled. And he ripped it apart today. 4 TDs, 300 passing yards. Does this game show how solid the New England Patriots are and how much they've come back on track, or does this show how poorly the Rams just played today?
I think it has a lot more to do with how the Rams play because you have to look at the secondary, and the only reason the Rams have been covered up, the secondary has been covered up by the defensive line because you've been getting a lot of pressure from the defensive line with the likes of Chris Long and the other defensive end out of North Carolina that they drafted on last year. But I mean, out of Georgia. I'm sorry. But I think it speaks more to the Rams not playing up to what people thought they would play but you definitely have to give Tom Brady his due. I mean, he played lights out today, but moving forward, as far as how mediocre the AFC East is this year, I don't see the Patriots being a serious contender, but they definitely will be coming out of the AFC East this year.
Wow, I actually kind of disagree with you, Jarvis. I actually think you're right. New England's struggling, and at this point, I don't think they are possible Super Bowl contenders. But I can come out here and say, yeah, I think they're going to take the AFC East. I think they could be solid challengers. I think they could be really dangerous in the playoffs. Would you agree with my assessment that they would at least be dangerous in the playoffs?
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. When you have Tom Brady, the guy, I mean, the numbers, we can talk about his numbers all day. His success in the playoffs, it's hard not to say they're going to be a contender, but if you look at the AFC as a whole, we can definitely, I think this consensus would be that it's down this year. Everybody's very mediocre this year. There's no clear favorite out of the AFC this year. You got the likes of Baltimore playing not up to par. Their defense is falling off this year. They're getting old. You got Pittsburgh, who had to play very good today. Don't get me wrong. Ben Roethlisberger had a great game today, but they have been up and down. The perennial powers in the AFC are very, to sum it up, are mediocre this year. So to answer your question, yes, I think the Patriots can be a contender. They are dangerous. Anytime Tom Brady is up on the center, that's a valid statement. But like I said, it's kind of hard to kind of gauge who is going to be that serious, legit Super Bowl contender this year coming out of the AFC.
I think I'd have to agree with you. I mean, Houston's been playing solid football, but I think you know what? I would have to agree with you with that assessment. And I want to kind of move on to an NFC East game that surprised many. The Cowboys and the Giants. I mean, this one was really just all over the place.
Look at Tony Romo and how this guy he came onto the scene. Everybody fell in love with him because the story is great. Coming from a small school, grew up idolizing Brett Favre, and you can tell because he has some very similar traits when it comes to playing the quarterback position with Brett Favre. So he was bad, Brett Favre today, throwing 4 interceptions and the turnovers that were very untimely. It was just. But on the other hand, you have the good Romo also. So he brought him back from 23-0. It was just a typical NFC East matchup game. Like you said earlier, man. The NFC East has always been, the games are always good. You have to watch to the end. But I was not surprised when Dallas ended up losing that game because when you turn the ball over that much, you deserve to lose.
I agree. I mean, even Troy Aikman said it on the broadcast. And I want to ask you this too. How much do you put the blame on Jason Garrett, especially with the play calling late in the game, and just overall, because a team that has that many penalties, has that many turnovers,